demolition of Babri Masjid happened in Ayodhya, and that led to communal clashes across the city. But the severest of the riots happened in Mumbai. But what were the factors? Why Mumbai was affected so much? So I have tried to explain that. So I have looked at the events happened in the preceding years of those riots. So in 1989, there was a protest at Muhammad Ali Road in South Mumbai when Salman Rushdie's book was banned, and a fatwa was announced by the Iranian ruler. So many Muslim organizations came together, and they organized a morcha from Mastan Talao in Nagpada, and they were heading towards British diplomatic office in South Mumbai. But they were stopped at Crawford Market by the cops, and it led to a conflict. Police first started with lathi charge, then there was a firing, and then 11 people died in that. So after that incident, it was alleged that the police acted in a very biased manner by not allowing the Muslims to vent their anger, to protest at the desired site. On the same day, there was another morcha by some Dalit organization. Police had given permission to them, but not to these organizers. So that is one thing. Then in 1990, Lal Krishna Advani's Rath Yatra reached Mumbai. It started from Somnath and it headed towards Ayodhya. So in Mumbai, nothing adverse happened, no communal incident took place. But yes, it charged up the atmosphere. After the Rath Yatra left Mumbai and went towards North India, the news of communal clashes started coming in, and this has led to some sort of tension in Mumbai as well. And other thing is that Mumbai has a history of communal clashes. If you look at the 100 years, if you look at 100 years before 1993, so since 1893, there have been around 7 clashes. I have a small sub-chapter in my book titled Bombay, a Theatre of Conflicts, in which I have briefly narrated how many conflicts took during these years. So as per recorded history, the first clash between the two communities happened on 11th August 1893 over the issue of cow slaughter. To control the violence, the British summoned the army that opened fire in the Grant Road area. 80 people were killed in the riots that raged for over 3 days. In 1929, a rumor spread among mill workers that members of a particular community were abducting children, which led to a rampage in the city. This time too, the army was called, and the death toll was 149 people. In 1932, Bombay once again came under the grip of violence when a place of worship was demolished in the CP Tank area. 96 people were killed in the riots that ensued for 5 days. 4 years later, in 1936, a major riot broke out in the Baikla area, and the army had to be called in once again. The issue was that one community's place of worship had encroached upon the other communities. 60 people were killed in that uproar. The next year, in 1937, riots began when a wedding procession with a music band was passing in front of a place of worship belonging to one community. When devotees asked to stop the music, a bloody conflict ensued. In 1938, the two communities clashed for a trifling reason, a dispute during gambling, which soon took on a communal color. That violence claimed 80 lives and 86 people were injured. Similarly, in 1941, members of two communities fought over an inconsequential reason, which resulted in 24 deaths. So this is a brief history of how Mumbai has been witnessing communal clashes before the 1992-93 riots. So it establishes that Mumbai has been a very sensitive city communally, and there has been a big history of communal clashes. So one of the things that I looked at while writing this book was why commoners participated in those riots. So one major reason was fear and hatred. Hatred generated by some community leaders. So that was one reason. Towards the other community, they were made to feel insecure. And then during the riots, there was a fear. There was a lot of rumor mongering. Ki, a mob of the other communities coming, like in Hindu localities, people came out on streets after hearing rumors that a group of Muslims is coming to attack them or burn their houses, or with swords and everything, with swords and other weapons. So that was one reason. I have mentioned one case study. There was one guy named Paresh Joshi, who was a very introvert guy who he worked at a bookstall in Matunga and never interacted with anybody. But when riot took place, he joined the rioters, and he was killed in an incident of private firing. So when people asked his family members that why he joined the rioters, why he came down of his building when there was a curfew, and why he participated, so his family members told that he was very scared, and after listening to that rumor that a big mob of Muslims are coming towards that area, so that's why he got out saying that he has to protect his family at any cost, and that's why he participated in that rights. There have been many such cases where people who didn't have any criminal background participated in the riots. Then another thing which I noticed was the reason why there was hostility towards police by the Muslims, why there was animosity. So one reason was just I mentioned that it was because of this Salman Rushdie incident where Muslims felt that they were being treated unfairly. So that was one big reason, because that protest was not against Hindus, neither against in Indian government, but that was to protest against the British government and against Salman Rushdie. But police denied them that permission, and that's why there was hostility. And then when riots broke out, so Muslims, the rioters from Muslim community vented out their anger against Muslims, and some of the rioters had firearms, and they fired upon the cops who were deployed to contain the violence. And in the second phase of riots, one can see that in January, there were allegations that police was targeting Muslims, and police was acting in a very biased manner. Police was in fact, police got mingled with Hindu rioters and attacked Muslims. So such were the allegations, and these have been the findings of Sri Krishna Commission report also. So this was one thing. Then there was during the riots, there was no political identity. Like during the riots, I saw people from Congress joining Shiv Sainiks for the rampage, for looting the shops, for attacking people from other community. So there was just one identity, like, and that was communal identity. Either you are Hindu or a Muslim. You didn't belong to any political party. You were neither a Shiv Sainik nor a Congressee. But the city was divided into Hindu and Muslim. So that was one feature of those riots. So about 93 serial blasts after the 2 rounds of riots in Mumbai in December, on December 6, 2000, on December 6, 1992. And in January, on the riots began on 6th Jan, when 2 Mathadi workers were killed. So after these 2 phases of riots, on 12th March 1993, there was a series of bomb blasts, and the blast took place in South Mumbai as well in suburbs. So the perpetrators, the conspirators of these blasts expected that after the serial blast, there will be another round of riots, but that didn't happen. And it was a quid pro quo arrangement between Daud and ISI, because Daud wanted a safe haven from intelligence agencies and law enforcement agencies from India, and ISI wanted somebody from India to execute its conspiracies. So what the investigators found was that there was a quid pro quo arrangement between the two. And there have been cases where victims of this blast have not yet been compensated. There's one person called Ajmera residing in Malad. He is struggling for himself and for other victims as well to get some sort of compensation for the victims of those blasts. So one thing which is noticeable is that Mumbai and especially the Muslim community from Mumbai is very reactive to global events. And if you look at it historically, the Khilafat movement, which was to restore the Khalifa of Turkish Empire of Muslims. So that movement started from Mumbai. The launch procession began from the Khilafat house in Majgaon, and it went till Hajj house, and it was joined by Mahatma Gandhi. So Khilafat movement is a big example. Then anti-Salman Rushdie protest. So Rushdie wrote a book in Britain, and the fatwa was announced in Iran, but the riots happened in Mumbai. Same with the Babri Mosque demolition. Babri Mosque was demolished in Ayodhya, but the riots happened in Mumbai. In 2002, riots happened in Gujarat, but the blast happened in Mumbai. In December 2002, there was a blast in a bus at Ghatkopar. Then till July 2003, there were around 7 blasts. Then there was a Charlie Hebdo magazine controversy in which a cartoon of Prophet was published. So after that also Mumbai had seen a sort of clash in South Mumbai. There were incidents of clashes with the cops, and there were some protests. Then another incident is like in 2012, when action was being taken in Myanmar against Rohingya Muslims. Riots happened at Azad Maidan in Mumbai. Similarly, the Muslims from Mumbai protested against the riots in Assam. And the latest news which came after 2014 was of recruitment by terrorist organization ISIS from Mumbai. People from areas like Malwani, youngsters from areas like Malwani had gone there to join ISIS, and places around Mumbai, like in Kalyan and Thane, they have been, in Mumra, there have been few cases where they got radicalized and joined such a terror organization. So during 90s, the biggest challenge for Mumbai was the underworld. So if you look at 90s, every day there were shootouts, like from, if you say from 92 till 99, 2000 till the year 2000 or 2001, every day there were shootouts by all these criminal gangs, by Dawood Ibrahim's gang, by Chota Rajan's gang, by Ashwin Naik's gang, Arun Gauli's gang, Abu Salim's gang. So they used to call filmmakers, they used to call builders, businessmen, and ask for extortion, and those who didn't pay, they were bumped off. And similarly, these gangs used to fight amongst themselves also, and there were daily bloodbaths on the streets of Mumbai. So after that, Mumbai police also came heavily upon these gangs, and it adopted an unofficial policy of encounters. Every day, news appeared that cops have arrested somebody and a member of some gang, and he has been killed. So that was one policy which worked for the police, although it is a very controversial policy, and questions about human rights violations were also raised. So apart from encounters, a law was made called MCOCA, Maharashtra Control of Organized Crime Act. So that was a very stringent act, and many gangsters were arrested in that under that law. So this resulted in breaking the backbone of underworld. So if you talk about the D Company, since 2002, not a single bullet has been fired by Dawood Ibrahim's gang in Mumbai. In 2003, his younger brother Iqbal Kaskar was deported from UAE to Mumbai, and since then we don't see any shootout by Dawood Ibrahim's gang. Then Nana Company. Nana here refers to Chota Rajan. Chota Rajan's nickname is Nana. So after Chota Rajan's arrest, we don't see any incident by his gang, and no shootout or no extortion calls from Chota Rajan's gang. Then Arun Gowli's gang has been finished. Arun Gowli is in jail, and most of his shooters either have been killed or they have been arrested. Then Ashwin Naik gang has been also wiped out. Ashwin Naik has now become a builder. He has partnered with a major real estate developer, and he's into real estate now. And he has been acquitted or discharged from most of the cases which were registered against him. Abu Salim had terrorized film industry in late 90s, so he has been also arrested. He was arrested in Portugal and brought to Mumbai, and he has been charged with many cases of murders, extortion, and also he participated in 1993 serial blast conspiracy. So he has been also put behind the bars. And then there were few breakaway gangsters like Ravi Pujari, who broke away from major gangs. Ravi Pujari, Bunty Pandey, Santosh Shetty, Izad Lakdawala. So they are also now behind the bars. So if you see that the kind of underworld which you saw during 90s, that has been totally neutralized, and such kind of incidents or gang wars are not happening now in the city. So although underworld gangs were neutralized, but that led to another breed of cops known as encounter specialists. So here you see the title stains on khaki. So here khaki refers to the police uniform and not to the prestigious organization where we have joined to participate in this talk. So stains on khaki here means cops who were supposed to fight against the underworld and eliminate all these gangs. Later on, they themselves got embroiled in some sort of controversy. They were accused of being hand in glove with the underworld, and action were taken against him. There were around 3 to 4 cops who were dismissed from the police service on the allegation of being hand in glove with the underworld or working for the underworld. So that is one thing. Then in 2003 and 4, we saw Telgi scam, where we saw many cops joining hands with the kingpin Abdul Karim Telgi and helping him in his business of fake stamp paper. Or even after when he got arrested, he was being given luxurious treatment, and he was allowed to have a comfortable stay. And that also was revealed by the other investigating agency from other state, and one SIT was established, a special investigation team on the orders of High Court, and many cops from commissioner to the rank of constable, all such cops were arrested. Then there was Khwaja Yunus case. Khwaja Yunus was one of the accused in 2 December 2002 Ghatkopar blast case, and it is alleged that he was tortured in custody, and he died because of extensive torture, and his body was disposed of, and police came up with a fabricated story that he escaped from the custody. So in that case also police had to face brickbats. Then the very recent Antilia conspiracy of 2021, where few encounter specialist cops with an intention of extortion from industrialist Mukesh Ambani had placed an explosive laden car outside Mukesh Ambani's residence Antilia. So that also questioned the way how Mumbai police functioned, and that had also put the cops in the bad light. Then terrorism has emerged as the new challenge for Mumbai police during the last 3 decades. Over 700 people have been killed in Mumbai, and over 2,000 people have been injured due to various terrorist attacks. The blast happened at Ghatkopar twice, then at Ville Parle, then there was a train blast in Mulund. Then on 11 July 2006, there were 7 blasts in different local trains during peak hours. So that was there. And then 26/11 happened in 2008. So totally over 700 people have been killed during such terrorist attacks. And that has emerged as a new challenge. Although underworld has been neutralized, but terrorism has emerged as a new challenge for Mumbai police. Secondly, police had to deal with organizations like SIMI, Students Islamic Movement of India, that was banned in 2002. So many people who were earlier member of SIMI, they later on founded another organization named Indian Mujahideen, and this Indian Mujahideen had conducted blast across the country in Jaipur, in Delhi, in Ahmedabad, in South India. So this Indian Mujahideen came up with another challenge. And then, as I mentioned earlier, ISIS has been radicalizing people from Mumbai and other parts of Maharashtra to recruit its to recruit people for joining the fight and establishing a caliphate in Iraq. So this has come up as a new challenge. Then we have seen a new politics emerging in Maharashtra. So in 2019, we saw formation of Mahavikas Aghadi. So it was very shocking that Shiv Sena broke its over 2.5 decades long relationship with BJP and joined hand with rivals like Congress and NCP and formed Mahavikas Aghadi. And Uddhav Thackeray became chief minister. Uddhav's becoming chief minister was another surprise because his father Balasaheb Thackeray had taken a vote that he will not accept any governmental position, but Uddhav hadn't kept any such condition for himself, and he accepted the chair. So that was one thing. Then last year in June, we saw biggest rebellion in Shiv Sena. Although Shiv Sena has seen many rebellions, like in 1991, Chhagan Bhujbal rebelled. Then in 2005, Narayan Rane revolted. Raj Thackeray revolted and formed his own party. But this was in June 2022. It was the biggest blow to Shiv Sena when Eknath Shinde parted his ways from the party and set up his own group. And most of the MLAs, out of 56 MLAs in Vidhan Sabha, around 40 MLAs joined hands with Eknath Shinde. They went with Eknath Shinde. Out of 18 member of parliaments, 12 member of parliaments went with Eknath Shinde. Many party functionaries, they also joined the rebel camp. So that was the biggest rebellion in the Shiv Sena. So what is next in Maharashtra politics? So what are we expecting next? So I think this year picture will get clear because the BMC elections, I think they will happen in March or April, and we'll get a clear picture of where the politics is heading from this point. Like since it is believed that Shiv Sena is a cadre-based party and is having stronghold in Mumbai, so which Shiv Sena will get the upper hand? Which Shiv Sena will be preferred by voter? The one by Uddhav Thackeray or the one by one led by Eknath Shinde? So this will get clear during these elections. And also BJP is also BJP is also planning to aggressively campaign for the upcoming BMC elections. And just like they did in Hyderabad, its stalwarts like Amit Shah and other leaders, they had come on ground for the campaigning. So we are expecting that the same will be replicated in the BMC elections as well. So then another challenge which Mumbai has to deal with is of global warming. So in recent years, Mumbai has seen extreme weather events. As I mentioned, there was a deluge on 26 July 2005, where most of the suburban Mumbai or the northern part of Mumbai was affected very badly, and the water took around a week to recede from many areas. It led to the deaths of around 700 to 800 people. So it is feared that more such extreme weather events will be happening and targeting Mumbai in coming years. So so the authorities are also working on it. And last year we saw that BMC has come up with a climate action plan. I have given a brief description of that in my book, and it includes like making Miyawaki forest and increasing the green cover of the city, and at the same time having buses with clean energy, more public transportation and all that. So that is one thing. Then in certain years, due to climate change, we may face water shortage. As we all know that Mumbai is being supplied water by 6 lakes within and outside Mumbai, adjoining the city. So it depends on rain. If we are getting good rainfall, then we are sure that we'll get water throughout the year. But if rains are not happening or they are getting delayed, then there will be a crisis. So to deal with this, a desalination plant was planned in Mumbai. So like some of the countries in Gulf, they are using seawater for drinking purpose. So such a thing has been conceived for Mumbai as well. But with the change of government, because this was conceived by Uddhav Thakrae's government, and with the change of government, still some steps are to be taken in this regard. But this desalination plant is an option for Mumbai in case if there is a water crisis. So Mumbai needs to work on this. So this is something which I have. So these are some pointers which I have covered in my book. So in case if you have any questions, I'm here to answer that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for an eye-opening talk. We do have some questions that our participants have asked. The question from Ajay is, what is it about Mumbai that enables the city to rebound from each such challenging episode?
Okay, so what you are asking is being often referred as spirit of Mumbai. So if any big tragedy happens or if some big incident happens in Mumbai, so next day in newspapers you will read that this is spirit of Mumbai. Mumbai is a resilient city, but I don't agree with this, and I think this phrase "spirit of Mumbai" is absurd. You know, the challenges of living in Mumbai itself forces people to come out and work, to come out and restart their life like it was before that incident. So if you're living in Mumbai, you have to pay your bills. The cost of living in Mumbai is very high. And even if tomorrow a bomb blast takes place, God forgive, in your neighborhood, you cannot stay at home fearing that I'm scared, I cannot go out. You have to come out and work. So there's no choice. So this choicelessness is often sugar coated as spirit of Mumbai, which I don't agree. So for your question, I'll say that just because living in Mumbai is difficult, to sustain in Mumbai is difficult, one has to go out and work. That is the thing. That's why it appears that after every tragedy, after every such terror attack, once again you see people coming out of home and going to work. So that's the thing.
We have another question by Commander Mohan Narayan. How and why did Port Trust come to be a key area for organized crime in the city?
So if you look at history of organized crime, any port city, whether it is Mumbai or Kolkata or any other city across the world, if you see, if you go to in European countries as well, and cities of United States which are adjoining port, or other Southeast Asian countries like Bangkok, so you will see organized crime gangs thriving, because such organized gangs thrive at places where there's lots of money changing hands. There have been so many, like at places where a lot of business takes place and people deal in huge amount of money, when there's a lot of commercial activity going on. So Mumbai being a port city we have seen since last 3 to 4 decades, it has been a center of trade and commerce, and it has led to thriving of organized crime gangs as well.
Nicola asks, has fear or hatred against Muslims increased in the city?
I'll not say increased, but yes, I can interacting with few of my Muslim friends. I feel that they feel discriminated. They feel discriminated. They feel hated. They have been. I cannot. I don't know whether this is to be generalized, but the people with whom I have interacted. I'm born and brought up in a Muslim school. I was born in Masjid Bandar area, and I went to Khoja Khan Muhammad High School, which was run by Khoja Muslim Trust. And I was the only Hindu student. Out of 40 students, 38 were Muslims. I was Hindu, and another one was a Chinese guy who followed Buddhism. So there were just 2 non-Muslims, and most of my friends are Muslims. So when I interact with them, so they narrate their experiences, and yes, they feel discriminated. They feel sometimes they feel hated, and sometimes they have to endure sly comments like "Udhar jao, idhar kya kar rahe ho," like all such things. So yes, but increase or decrease I cannot say, but it has been always there.
Another question by Shreyas. Are there any such rules in regards to terrorism that the preceding political party implemented but got removed by the next party in power?
I recollect one example. After Tada law lapsed, another law to fight terrorism was enacted. That was POTA, Prevention of Terrorism Act. POTA law was made when Vajpayee was there. Vajpayee's tenure was there as Prime Minister. But after the law lapsed, it was not like it was not substituted by another such law. So yes, there have been examples, and one such example was of POTA. Yeah.
There are some series of questions by Shivam. He says, what led to the gangster culture end in Mumbai?
What led to the gangster culture?
End in Mumbai.
Hit in Mumbai.
End in Mumbai.
End in Mumbai. Okay. So see, there are 2 things. First is the policy of encounters. So that was unofficial policy adopted by Mumbai police, in which a breed of cops who came to be known as encounter specialists, they used to target these gangsters. It was alleged that all such gangsters were being picked up and shot in cold blood. So there have been few cops who have been prosecuted for the same. But whether you like it or not, whether it is right or wrong, that policy helped Mumbai police in neutralizing the gang wars and neutralizing these gangs. That is one thing. Then in 2000, a law, Maharashtra Control of Organized Crime Act, was enacted, which is a very stringent law. And in that law, you don't get any anticipatory bail. And once you are arrested, police gets more time than the regular laws to take the accused in custody and interrogate him. And it is very difficult to get bail once you are arrested in MCOCA law. So that is there. So I personally feel, since I have been a crime reporter, I started my career as a crime reporter. So I think these 2 factors help Mumbai police in eliminating the gangs and neutralizing the culture of gang war in the city.
Okay. Does police brutality still exist in Mumbai?
Yeah, still there have not been much cases. There are some cases which get media limelight, which are highly publicized. There was one case in which Vadala Railway Police has killed somebody in custody. Then Khwaja Yunus case, as I mentioned here in while talking about during my slideshow, I had mentioned about this Khwaja Yunus case. but police brutality is a problem across the nation. In every city, there have been cases where some cops, they go overboard and they themselves take law in their hand. Uh, Sometimes due to enthusiasm, sometimes due to corruption or some other reason. But yes, police brutality is still there in spite of so many human rights laws and so much of activism, so much of so many judicial orders. But still, we see cases of police brutality, not only in Mumbai, but in other parts of the country as well.
Are the political institutions affecting the peace in Mumbai communities?
They are affecting it everywhere.
Right. Sure.
So the thing is, so Mumbai has been a place where one of the organizations, Mumbai is birthplace of Shiv Sena. So Shiv Sena has been accused of playing communal politics. So it has been accused of participating in 1984 riots. Then if you see Sri Krishna Commission's report, there have been indictment of Shiv Sena. And apart from targeting a religious-based community, there have been clashes based on linguistic identities also. So such cases have been also there. So yes, politicians do contribute, or political parties do contribute or do play their role in such clashes, in such conflicts.
I hope that answers Shivam's question. Commandant Mohan Narayan asks another question: that did trade union activism with active patronage from political parties lead to violence in the city?
Sorry, can you repeat? I didn't get your initial words in this question.
Trade union activism with active patronage from political parties lead to violence in the city?
Yes, you can say that, but you know, that is a very complex, the answer is very complex. It's not that easy. So if you see the underworld that was active in 90s, so although Dawood Ibrahim's gang and Abu Salim's gang, they recruited their shooters from North India, mostly from Uttar Pradesh. But if you see members of Arun Gauli's gang or Ashwin Naik gangs, they were local Marathi youths. And most of such youngsters, they came from families of mill workers. And you know what happened in mid 80s when there was a strike and all the textile industry went away from Mumbai and all the mills shut down. So it was because of militant trade unionism, I'll say, that this fiasco happened, and that led to shutting down of such mills and that going away of textile mills, textile industry from here. And as an indirect consequence of that, these gangs, they flourished by recruiting the youngsters belonging to these families who were living a very difficult life.
Krishnaraj Iyer asks, what is the future of trade and other unions within Mumbai?
Okay, I think a future of trade and other unions in Mumbai, I'll say that they will exist in the city, yes, but at the same time, you have to see that trade unions exist when there are industries, right? When there is employment, when there are so many people working for organizations. But you will see that textile industry has gone. Now the diamond industry is also going. Textile industry has gone to Surat. Diamond industry is also going. Then the ports. Now JNPT has come up. Then Kandla port has come up. Mundra port has come up. So Mumbai, that city that was known for its ports, that importance is also diminishing. So there also you will see that since the number of laborers, number of workers, they are diminishing. So similarly, the unions will also fade out. But somehow I think that will take more time. Still, trade unions are here to stay in Mumbai.
Okay. Dr. Kothari asks, is real estate involving criminal gangs?
See, real estate earlier in 90s, there was a relation of prey and predator between gangsters and real estate businessmen. So gangsters used to call the builders, real estate developers, and ask for money, demand money, and if they refused to pay up, they were shot dead. But later on, sorry, I'm not going to generalize this, but later on, there have been many cases where we see that real estate developers and gangsters have become partners. So if you see D company, there have been many cases pertaining to Dawood Ibrahim's gang, where earlier people who used to actively work for Dawood Ibrahim's gang, now they have quit that blood business, and they have entered into real estate, and now they are either partnering with some builder, or they are just redeveloping, taking plots and redeveloping the buildings themselves. The one big example is of Ashwin Nayak. Ashwin Nayak was head of a gang in Mumbai, but now he has been acquitted of most of the cases. He has been either acquitted or discharged, and now he has completely become a builder. He has partnered with one of the noted builder of Mumbai, and now he's into real estate business.
What's your take over mohalla committees in ensuring peace in communally sensitive areas?
So I think they need to be rejuvenated. They need to be revamped. Yes, mohalla committees were formed in the city, and they played an active role. And I think it was because of mohalla committees that after 93 there were no more communal riots in Mumbai, because all such committees were active. But now I think since after that, a new generation of youngsters has come up. So we need to revive such mohalla committees, and we need to check on the undercurrents, what's going on there. And accordingly, we have to frame these committees and come up with solutions so that further communal clashes are averted.
And moving on to our last question by, again, Nicola. Why do you use the older name of the city, Bombay, for your book?
Okay, there are two things. Firstly, I get nostalgic when I hear word Bombay. So Bombay is associated with my childhood days. So I love this word Bombay. One thing. Secondly, when this incident happened in Ayodhya, at that time city was known as Bombay in English. The official name was Bombay in English. Although Marathi and Gujarati people used to call it Mumbai, and Hindi speaking people used to call it Bombay. But in English, it was Bombay, and my book is in English, so it is Bombay after Ayodhya. And in that, I have put a disclaimer, I think in the beginning itself. Here it is. So I'll read it out. It's very short. Bombay was renamed as Mumbai in 96. The author has called the city Bombay while referring to the events preceding 96 and Mumbai for events since that year. It is also worth mentioning here that even before the official naming of the city in 1996, the Marathi and Gujarati population referred to it as Mumbai. The Hindi-speaking people called it Bombay. The residents of Mumbai have been referred to as Bombayites and Mumbaikars.
I think we could not agree more to what you said. There's another question by Shreyas. What is the standard operating procedure set now by the government for future terrorist attack or communal violence?
Standard for?
Standard operating procedure set now by the government for future terrorist attack or communal violence.
Okay, so there are two parts of your question. So first I'll come to terrorist attack. So if you are talking about 2611 type of terrorist attacks, so I'll tell you that now there have been three kind of commando forces in Mumbai. So the first responder will be the QRT of Mumbai Police, which a team of commandos have been assigned to each region. There are 5 regions of Mumbai Police. So for each region, there have been one team of QRT, quick response team, has been assigned. So they will be the first responder if something like 2611 happens. So they will be the first one to retaliate. Number two, if they are not able to contain the situation, then there is force one. So it is a state level force. So they are more sophisticated commandos. So they will take over. And in case if they are not able to nab the terrorist or neutralize them, then NSG will come, because in Mumbai we have an NSG hub. After 2611 attack, a hub of NSG guys have been set up here in suburban Mumbai near Powai. So they will take over. So now in Mumbai we have three kind of commando forces. So this way they will respond: the QRT, after that force one of Maharashtra police, and after that the NSG. Apart from this, a multi-agency center has been set up, like in which all the officers from all law enforcement agencies, all security agencies, and all intelligence agencies, they come together and share information and devise ways to avoid terrorist attacks. So they also that is also functioning, the multi-agency center. So that is one thing. About you asked about the communal clashes, how to avoid the communal clashes. So I think there's no standard operating procedure as such. There are existing laws which prevent people from making statements which can hurt feelings of particular community or which can ignite violence. So there are laws, and as we mentioned earlier, there are Mohalla Ekta committees. Those committees are required to be revived once more. So they are expected to keep the city calm and avoid communal clashes.
Okay. I hope that answers Shreya's question. And with this, we come to an end of the talk. Thank you so much, sir, for agreeing to do this talk. And thank you to the audience for joining us and listening to us this patiently. With this, good night and see you next weekend for the talk that is Crucibles of Culture by Geeta Pandit. Thank you so much.